And we're on.
And we're on. Welcome to Tacoma Rendezvous. We are a podcast all about Tacoma and the greater surrounding areas. We interview small businesses, musicians, you name it, artists, all of it. So if you know anybody or anything, just shout out in the comments below. If you know anyone that wants to come on our show. Yeah. Well, this is my lovely co-pilot, Cassie.
And this is my lovely co-host, Amber Slamber. Smoldering Amber Slamber.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm wearing my heart glasses today, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to get more of our content and hit the notifications button so you see more of our platform. Let's get into it. This time I instead of writing it down like I normally do, sorry, I'm gonna get the candle out of the way. It was just bugging me. So yeah, writing it down like I normally do, I just put it in my phone this time because when Lauren was here from Petrichor, shout out Petrichor, Lauren.
Yes. I will review the show a bit later.
Yeah. Um, and uh it just kept like messing around and I was like, man, we don't need to be messing with that stuff. Paper. Who needs paper in this digital world?
Mm,
It's true, right?
yeah, I mean, once in a while it's a go-to, but we don't want to rely solely on digital resources when, you know, sometimes there's a little bit of a lack of predictability. But
I agree. I'm gonna have to agree on it.
I do also concur that it's quite useful in many, many ways.
I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still write with my, pen and paper all the time, but like sometimes it's like, okay, how many trees am I gonna kill today? Oh, shout out to the tree huggers.
Indeed.
Um, I think we are going to get into our first segment on this lovely Monday. Our first segment today is Tacoma 6 degrees, and we're shouting out a lovely woman named Johanna Gardner. Well, actually, she's
Kaufman.
Kaufman now.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaufman. I've known her for so long, but I met her at the Monsoon Room, and then I met Cassie at the Mix, and then that's how. But Johanna also bartended at the Mix as well. So she was working two jobs. So shout out her because she's always a hardworking woman, So
Indeed.
that's how I met both of them was at the Mix. So maybe we should call this the Mixed Degrees of
The mixed
Tacoma.
degrees of Tacoma. I met Johanna back at the Tempest and at 1022.
Oh yeah, okay.
She was great. I'm glad I met her. I met her through some people that are no longer in my life, but um, she's
Mhm.
wonderful, and I also know some wonderful people because of her, like this gal. So there we go.
Yeah, yeah.
And now she actually has a massage business called
Yes.
Body Positive Body Positive Massage.
Yes.
It is at 10 minutes from us in Steelicombe, right across the way from Topside Bar and Grill.
Mhm.
And it's lovely. And that she is one of the therapists there. And it's absolutely just very laid back, and the attitude is just very positive, hence the name. And just a lot of genuine kind energy coming
Mm.
through there.
I love that. I love that. And yeah, she's been doing massage for years and, just decided to open up her own business. So, um I haven't gone in yet, but like I said, you are like you were talking about the environment. So you've been in there and you had a very positive experience.
Yes, yes, I have.
So, yeah, go check out Positive Body, is it right?
But body positive.
Body Positive
Yeah,
Massage. It's in Silicon. Um, I believe she also has a website, a Facebook,
yeah,
and an Instagram. So, um, like I said, anything that we shout out here, we shout out on our Facebook and Instagram. So
yeah.
check us out, Tacoma Rendezvous, baby. And shout out Johanna for always keeping it down.
I would agree.
And that's our 6 degrees of Tacoma. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I mean, I shout out everybody on the show like all throughout the show. But in this part, I do like to put it out there about certain things or events happening in my life or people doing some killer stuff. Rowan just got back from Japan, so she had a
Woot.
lovely time. She didn't want to come home. She missed me. She missed the people she loves. She did not want to come home, and I don't blame her. It's it's paradise over there. She was showing me all the pictures, and it was just so amazingly beautiful, and just I could see my daughter living in Japan. Let's just put it
Oh
that
yeah.
way. Like, I'm not saying today, but
Yeah,
when she's in college or something, you know, I think that's
yeah.
good. Like maybe later on down the road, who knows? But I mean, her mind gets changed a lot because she's still a
16.
teenager.
Yeah.
And then my other shout out is my mom retired last week. Woo-hoo. Yeah, yeah. Um, 28 plus years in the game, where she worked. She was with the King County Brightwater waste plant. And so not only was she working for the county, but she was doing good work for the county. So, and a lot of people loved her. And it was amazing to see how many people showed up and, came up to me and said how amazing she was and stuff like that. So it was like, it made my heart feel good because I'm part of her legacy. So it's like I want to make sure we keep going with that legacy. So cheers, Ma.
Cheers.
And you have a shout out too.
Hmm. I have two. Since we're shouting out to moms, shout out to mine who's helping with our little garden around here.
Yeah, shout out Mama.
Um, and what else? Oh, yes. I went to a drag brunch in Paulsbo yesterday, and Paulsbo is across the Narrows and down a little ways. And um, it was just a blast. Like there was so much love. There was again, I don't want to jump into political weeds, but there was like also there were also there was some expression outside that was positive and peaceful. And then we went into there. It was over at the Skull House or the Skull House Pub
Mm,
in downtown Paulsbo. If you haven't been to Paulsbo, it's just like a lovely little day trip. It's about an hour 15 from
yeah.
Tacoma, and it's just like very friendly, very open, like very transparent people. And there are tons of little shops and gift shops and eateries and bars and little like mindfulness places too.
Mhm.
And so yeah, definitely a fun little trip. And so we went there and just everyone was just, out there like dancing and singing a little bit and engaging with the audience. My husband got dragged up on stage.
Isn't that crazy? I love that when you told me that I was rolling. I was like, yes, get it, Kingston.
Yeah, got dragged up on stage during intermission to dance with everyone, and that was quite amusing and hilarious. Um,
Love
so
it.
wanted to just emphasize how awesome that was.
Yeah, it sounds
And
like a good experience.
yeah, we
Lot of
definitely want to
love.
come back. And like in Kitsap County, I mean, I don't know, like Kitsap County, you kind of have your little kind of checkerboard areas that all have different little ways of thinking and different thoughts and whatnot. And I just love that they were representing Kitsap in just this really happy, positive way.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that because a lot of the times, we're trolling.
Yeah.
We see more negative in this world than we do positive, and I think that's another reason why this podcast is so important to us is like we're highlighting our positivity. We're highlighting the positivity of Tacoma.
Yeah.
Um so we aren't going to be talking bad about anything. I mean, okay, maybe I can't say we ain't gonna talk about bad stuff. But I mean, for the most part, we wanna, refrain from being so negative because it's so easy to be negative, but um, you know, little extra effort to be positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And what was your other shout out, boo?
Those were the two.
Oh, dang. My bad.
I'm saving the other one for,
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I forgot. I was like, no, I know you
I
had
mean, we
another
can
one.
segue into that. You want to segue into events? We can do that.
Um, Actually, it is
Or we just,
segue into upcoming events.
yeah. Or upcoming events or past events?
No, this one's
Upcoming
upcoming.
events. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about um what's going on in Tacoma in the next couple of weeks is a lot of fun stuff. Um, I'll be sharing them on the Facebook page and everything like that. We still got to do our Blue Sky account. Why don't you set? Maybe I can
I
have
can
you.
make one.
Yeah, maybe you set that up for
Okay.
us.
I can make one.
Yeah, I like it. I've been trying to figure out how to make you an admin on the Facebook one forever. Like I can
Ah,
make you an admin on the groups, but not on the page. So I don't know. It's weird. I'll
gotcha.
figure it out. I'm tech savvy, you know. So yeah, we've got a lot of things coming up. Pride's coming up. We've got Summerfest. We've got Porch Fest. We got reggae on the way. So all those events will post when the dates and times are going to be on our Facebook page. So go check out our page. We'll put it in the link below. In the comments below. I said link again, didn't I? I always say we'll
the
put
they
the link
understand.
in the comments below.
They understand.
They do. They do. We also have the grand opening of Sweetgrass and Sage. It was the our first guest who was on our podcast, Tina Gilstrap, and she and her husband own an alpaca farm and I say yoga studio. And me and Cass are gonna actually go down there and do it up and see what we can see down there. We might even go live. What?
Yes.
Crazy work. So yeah, we're excited about it. It's from 10 to 3 in Chehalis. We'll put that on there too to share. So shout out Tina and her husband Darren for putting it down and creating some wonderful mental health um, for the world.
Yes.
I mean, it may not just be for Chehalis, Washington. It's for the world.
Oh, I would agree.
I would agree. I mean, it's very innovative when you do something like that because animals are a big have a big impact. And I'm not saying that's with everybody,
Right.
but they are a really good source of therapy. And what they're doing with the alpacas is amazing, especially like I can't wait. I want one of those rugs. I want one of those yoga rugs that I know it doesn't exist yet, but it will. Trust. Any rug makers out there, please hit us up. We want that yoga rug. Um, then I'm gonna go to my Facebook, but do you have any upcoming events you wanna plug?
Um, we kind of covered everything. I know there's got to be more. I mean, you've covered like the reggae on the way and
Mhm.
uh of course Tacoma Pride, which is huge
It's
on the
huge.
12th.
It's
It's
like
huge.
streets,
Yeah,
streets
streets.
full. St. Helens is one of the streets that'll be full right down the way from McMinimans, or I guess right up the way from McMinimans is up the
Right.
hill. No, I think you're right. I do have so City of Lakewood did start their summer nights at the pavilion. So tomorrow at 6:30. Let's see who the band is. Do do do. La 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 la. La 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 la. It's not saying who the band is. I mean, you would think it would tell you who.
I've noticed it's like a lot of like classic rock cover bands, and kind of that type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I can hear it by my
Yeah,
house
same
because I'm
here.
so close.
And then you get someone on next door or whatnot going, "Who's playing that excessively loud music from there?" Blah, blah, blah. Like,
Well, sucker, it ain't me this time. Um, let's see if they okay. So this next one is July 1st. Well, that's what it's saying. No, I'm sorry. June 20 June 24th.
so that is
So
tomorrow.
tomorrow, June 24th is Baking with Julia, and it's a classic rock. So go check them out. Um 6:30 at the Pavilion in Lakewood. It's in the Fort Steilacoom Park. So go check them out. That's a fun little event. Um, I'm going to a really fun event this weekend. On Friday, Sounds of the Sound. It's at Bob's Java Jive. It's hip hop artists. So hip it says hip hop echoes out the Puget.
Mm.
So I really am excited for this because I'm gonna be real. I have been wanting some hip hop to listen to, and I'm excited.
Mhm.
So do not
That'll be fun.
disappoint. Don't disappoint. Um, and then this Friday, I haven't gone to one of the Groove Colonies shows in a while, but the Groove Colony is playing also on the 7 or Friday
The
the
20
27th.
7th.
Talk, folks, I swear.
It's
They're
Monday.
they're playing it doesn't really say what bar it is. Oh, it's Evergreen State Brewing Company. At Harbor. No, I think that's it. Yeah, at the Evergreen State Brewing Company in Gig Harbor. So go check them out. The Groove Colony Live, they're pretty cool band too. If you like, funky, groovy sound, I really enjoyed them every time that I've heard them. Um, and then another thing, I mean, Friday is popping. This weekend is popping off.
It's true. The closer we get into summer proper, since we had solstice, but like as we're
Right.
kind of into summer, there are just so many things that you could go so many ways with. It's just like there are these big events and then there's these little like pub shows and it's just it is. It definitely I'm excited.
I love it. Okay, and at the Airport Tavern this Friday is an R&B hip hop night called Work It,
Mm.
90s to the 2000s.
Oh, yes.
That starts at 9 p.m. So I might just be like hip hopping it all the way over to the
Over.
Airport Tavern.
Right?
Dance it up. Work it, work it, work it, work it. Okay. Um, and then there was something else that I saw that I really wanted to um I think it should have been hmm, hold on guys. I'm you know,
Do, do,
it was
do,
oh yeah,
do,
here
do.
we
Oh,
go.
okay.
It's this Saturday at 8 p.m. Champagne Sunday will be at the Mill Steakhouse and Spirits in
And Milton.
Milton. And I want to go so bad.
I do
So it's like
too.
I want to go to all these things,
Right?
guys. They're promoting their new album as well as just giving you some good time. I mean, I love Champagne Sunday, and just because every song has a story for them, and if you listen to them before, they always will tell the story. And I love that. I mean, their love is so ah,
Oh,
shout out
um,
to their love.
just some general things. I'm not exactly sure who's going to be here next Saturday, but Lake City Pub has live kind of acoustic music, a little bit of rock every Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And
Every Saturday.
every Saturday.
Lake
Yeah.
City Pub.
Yeah. No cover and then really good food and drinks. And just a really nice atmosphere. And
Yeah,
then
Scratch Kitchen.
Scratch Kitchen, yes. And then Wednesdays, they have an open mic night that starts at 7. It goes from 7 to 10, if not a tad later sometimes. And you get everybody. You get, guitar acts, you get some people coming in with little bands. You get like a saxophone player came in just
Oh, I
once and
love
just
that.
like jammed away for a few minutes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
I
Shout out on Wednesdays in Lake City Pub.
I haven't shouted them out in quite some time. So go to
Yeah.
Lake City Pub. It's also kind of down here in our end of the woods, our neck of the woods. It's you won't regret it.
You won't you won't regret going to see uh a live show there.
Yeah.
The sound system is amazing. The food is good and the people there are amazing as well. And in the back there's like a back patio
Yeah,
and it's like very vibey out
very
there.
much
Like
so.
it's like the ambience, there's lights and there's like these mushrooms the lights that they got and like gnomes and stuff. So it's cute. It's a cute little area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead, check them out. I wonder if they let me do my spoken word there.
Oh,
Is that open mic? I mean,
yeah. No, it totally is. I know I might sing a song.
I love
And get it.
that.
I can play some guitar to keep me afloat, but I might find myself a guitarist and sing some songs.
I love that.
I haven't sung on the podcast yet.
I love that. I think we should.
I will at some point.
Cassie's just getting her Byrons. She's getting those Byrons. Okay, so yes, they will be Champagne Sunday, the Mill Steakhouse and Spirits in Milton. Um, it should be a wonderful show, 8 p.m. Uh, and if you haven't checked out Champagne Sunday, go for it because like I said, I love their love.
Yeah.
Like every album is so special. Um, they just be doing it up. One of my favorite songs on their last album that they had um was Dressed Up. And I loved it so much because I love getting dressed up. And it's just like you always want somebody to go get dressed up with,
Oh yeah.
hey. This is just a normal winky dink Saturday, but let's dress up and be weird and go scare Tacoma. um, maybe not scare Tacoma, but you never know. Also every Sunday there will be Real Art Tacoma artist market, and that is put on by Real Art Tacoma. And the next one is June 29th at 11 a.m. So go check that out. It's off of 54th and South Tacoma Way. I don't think you're gonna miss it because like
No.
there's actual signs, and the road will be blocked off. So
And it's really cool because Real Art is like expanding, and they've got like an all age it's an all ages venue. I know I've
typically,
touched on it before. Yeah,
yeah,
typically all ages. There's a little area that is a bar. You can get sandwiches and snacks and whatnot, and then everything from cocktails, beer and wine to mocktails to coffee drinks. They've got it all. And the
definitely.
Thunder, they call that part the Thunderdome, and then there is an area that is strictly all ages. You can't drink, bring your booze into it, blah blah blah. And
I
it's
love
there
that.
for and yeah. So they've got shows, and then they've got like special like movie nights and craft nights that are geared towards teens and tweens. So that's just something I love. They're flourishing, and I'm really excited for them.
Nice. I'm excited too. I'm excited. I think, these events that are coming up and just the bars and just like everybody, they're just it's going good. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
I can't even, Casey.
right, Ezra?
Come here, mascot. You haven't even shown up to to the pod. What? You don't want to be seen? Um, I was trying to figure. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad,
Oh,
y'all.
hey,
Okay, so uh this week, um on our community heroes, which we like to highlight um people doing wonderful humanitarian work in our community. And this week I wanted to nominate uh Hilltop Urban Garden, aka Hug. Um They are a community led Afro Indigenous, racial, environmental, reproductive, and queer justice organization based in Tacoma. And they're activists who are intentionally trying to reclaim intergenerational gathering spaces and traditional wellness practices anchored in agricultural, um, natural medicine, cultural celebration, intersectionality, and artistic expression. So, Hug is guided by visionary Black leaders with deep compassion for the community. And the only reason I'm actually reading this is because that message right there says it all for me. And if y'all are watching, I would love to have y'all on my show. Please, please reach out and give me a hug, right? No, I would love to have you guys on our show because what you're doing is amazing. And um just having everybody have that awareness regardless of what race you are, you should be culturally aware of other people's culture, and um and what that space might mean to them, what their culture means to them. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing work. So keep it up. Shout out Hilltop Urban Gardens, and I'll be in contact with you. All right, are we moving on?
think so.
Moving on up. Oh, we're reviewing our shows we went to. I would love to hear about how that show was because I was supposed to go, but I had to go pick up my daughter from the airport.
I know, and then I missed the part that you were, like, really I mean, we were all excited we were excited to see our friends, but
Yeah.
I know you were excited, um, pointedly to also see this one other artist, and I was gonna review it for us, and then I just ended up missing it because, um, there were just things just came up, but I
That's
was there for a
okay.
lot of it.
Yeah.
I went and, watched, Trashosaurus Rex and Petrichor, and I did miss Tizzy T, so if someone did, go check out, or was there and did stay for Tizzy T and wants to send something in to us, um, go ahead and do so. But Atrashosaurus Rex is kind of a little bit harder punk, and they were tight. They were both bands were tight, but just like definitely just kind of this driven punk vibe, and uh, lots of good like powerful girl energy,
I
powerful
love that.
good bad girl energy.
Ooh, good bad girl
That was
energy.
kind of the theme of those first two. Um, and then Petrichor, we spoke with Lauren last time,
Yep.
the
Shout
front
out
woman,
Lauren from Petrichor.
and they kind of had a little lineup update, and you can tell it's just going well. And it's always been a good thing with that band, but just with you know, things change, people come and go, and she touched on that a little bit as well. So I'm comfortable at least just kind of saying that. And she it just they were just very smooth, kind of going from one song to the next, kind of uh power powerful female fronted indie rock or indie pop and alt rock, and her
Mm-hmm.
um and she has a lot of everyone have a lot of thoughts. They Everyone has a lot of thoughts about current things that I don't necessarily want to go into specifically, but just current times and things like that, and just the passion shows. There's a lot of passion there. She also likes to cover some songs. Like one of her favorites that she's also done acoustically for me is "Zombie" by Cranberries, and they kind of made it their own version and electrified it. Um, and yeah, you should definitely go ahead and uh, click on them and listen to their music. It was the energy was good. It was
I
very
love
yeah.
that. I love that. Trying to see if your mic's on. Yeah. Okay. My bad, folks. I just want we have recorded a whole
The
video
mic.
where the mic was not the greatest. Our audio was poop. So yeah, it scared me a little. I was like, oh no, Cassie's mic isn't on. Oh my God. I'm trying not to like freak her out. So I'm just gonna like look at her mic and then
Right.
sorry if I freaked you.
No, you're fine.
But that's awesome because a lot of times when we go to those shows, um, we're looking for a good time. We're looking for that whatever female energy, those kinds of things. And would you say the venue was also good as well?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
the name of the venue?
North End on Pearl.
North End on Pearl. So,
It's in Ruston,
okay, okay.
and good drinks. Very nice bar staff. I haven't gotten to try their food yet. I need to go back and do that. Because evidently, it was very people seem to enjoy it, and it smells good. So
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to
Okay.
go ahead and check that out, but like the service was very nice and just again down to earth. Pretty much everyone who was kind of hanging out there kind of seemed to share that same vibe, so not snootiness or um uh you know overly just uh no dickheadedness as
Mm.
much. No belligerence is the grown up term.
I mean, let's be real. We don't want to deal with the drama.
Right.
And when we go to a venue, we want to go for the quality of the music, the quality of that establishment,
Yeah.
not to get into it with somebody or
Yeah.
have a bad time. So, yeah, I get what you're saying
'Cause
too.
there are some places you go and people just, like, almost try to provoke you and, you know,
Yeah.
just, uh I'll use my one-off, swearing token, the occasional fuck off, the occasional quiet and firm fuck off is what I resort to, and then I ignore them. Or if it, escalates on their end, I, point them out to, staff or whomever. Um, but, yeah, there are some places where it just kind of feeds that, and, the place where we were at on Saturday, North End and Pearl, was not one of them. They were excellent. So,
All right. Shout out North End Pearl.
yeah.
So, yes, go check out. I'm sure they're going to have more live bands there as well.
Mhm.
So, definitely go check them out. And what else? Oh, yeah. Okay.
You tell me
Yeah.
about Juneteenth.
I went to an event as well. And I went to like a bigger event, I guess you could say. I went with my man to go see the vendors and everything for Juneteenth celebration. And it was at Stewart Height Park. And shout out, I'm going to be real. Shout out Stewart Heights. They put it down in Tacoma Parks Rec. They put it down. Um, I would say it was a good time. Like, there was nobody fighting. It was such a good time. There was a lot of vendors, so many vendors. I took a picture of the top of like all the vendor tents and stuff. So it's like we'll get into that. We'll let you see that. Um a lot of vendors. I can't even begin to tell you how many vendors, and it was just a really, really amazing time. It was hot. Um, and then I'm gonna be real, the food there, okay, I get it, food truck people, you gotta make your money.
Yeah.
But some of the times I was like, really? They wanted $8 for 4 lumpias. No, $8 for four? And they were like
Like the little ones?
small.
Yeah,
They
I
were
was
like
gonna
finger small.
no, wow,
Right.
wow.
Right.
That's
So that's the only negative thing that I do have to say, but they
mhm.
were still good lumpia. My man didn't like them as much because they had too much carrots in them.
Oh,
It was like the flavor was okay. It tasted like a spring roll. Let's be real.
okay. I could totally hear Lou like, not complaining, but, like, remarking on it now. Like, I could just that's so funny.
But I mean, other than that, it was so good. Like it was. I mean, I had great company too. I have a
Right.
man, but it was just the vibe there. Everybody was smiling and happy. The kids were playing and doing football and all of the stuff.
Mhm,
And the uh the one thing we all were waiting for at the end of the show or the end of the event was So For Real. So
mhm.
Soul For Real. Oh, look at the hummingbird. It went away. You didn't get to see the hummingbird, y'all. Um But, yeah, so Soul for Real was there. Now, mind you, growing up, they were like about my age because they were all teenagers. So, you're not expecting them to sound like that or whatever, but you're expecting them to do a good performance. They rolled out with 4 songs, 2 were cover, 2 were theirs. Um, and of course, my love. Do you ever dream of beautiful? Yeah, because I'm not singing the whole song, so we don't get copyright infringement.
it's just a new version, like, you just
It's a new version.
amberizing any song with
Oh,
the
I like
whole
that. Amberize.
with, like, the semi, like, Eddie Vedder type snarl, but, like, not but, like, your own, like, octave or your own version of it.
You've been amberized. Mm. So yeah. So shout out to Juneteenth celebration at Stewart Heights. I hope to do that again. But a tip to anyone, I recommend having like yourself get a setup, get there early.
Mhm,
Okay, it starts at 11, but parking, it took it took us like 15 minutes to find parking.
gotcha.
And we were there and it was like 30 minutes it had been started.
Right.
So you would think, "Oh, nobody's going to come, like, who comes at 11:30?" Everybody comes at 11:30 apparently. So you know what? I forgot who the other guy. I should at least shout out the other people that were uh dang. Oh, here it is. So the other artists that performed besides Soul for Real
Mhm.
was C Stutta, uh Crusoe, Legacy Jones, Refresh, Ron Trail Brimmer. It was hosted by C. Ivan Johnson and your girl Ness with Mr. Nice Guy. And in the gospel praise break, it was they featured Fred Hammond.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Big name. Like, and I'm gonna be real, like we were walking around at that point. It was kind of the height of the day, so we were like looking for food to
Right.
eat. Um, but we heard him and he was great. He sounded amazing. You could really tell he really put a emphasis on his show. And it was a good time. It was a good time. And then the other person that he had with him was Crystal Ankin, and she was good too. Oh man, she had the voice of an angel.
Right on.
Yeah, so I definitely want to go back to that. I want to do that again cuz that one was really really good. So, yes, I definitely want
Yeah.
I want to do that one.
My dad, really liked to, listen to gospel sometimes when I was growing up. That was just, like, his thing. He still actually likes it a lot, and
Mhm.
I like some of it too. I mean, I like some for, and it's got its time. I mean, it's got its time, and, I appreciate the talent, of a lot of it, and there are some things that are, like, really genuine stuff, just I like that. Not so much
Mhm.
the contemporary glossed over stuff that,
Right.
but that's, like,
The
a whole other
soulful
the
meaning
soulful
that you
meaning.
you hear
Yeah,
in their
exactly.
voice, like you
Yeah.
hear their heartache, you hear their love or
Yeah.
emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that,
Yeah.
So, um, definitely, definitely, um, definitely will be back again.
Yeah.
Juneteenth, Stewart Heights. I might be back as a vendor, actually. We're not sure yet. We'll see. See.
That's exciting.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see what we do. Otherwise, we'll still just be back as, you know,
Right.
ongoing onlookers. I don't know. I swear sometimes I'm so awkward. Oh goodness. Um, I mean, we're almost done. We're wrapping up
Winding
the
down.
show, but we kind of did want to bring a topic that is very close to me and Cassie's heart is mental health. Um I'm not going to talk about all the events going on in this world right now, but I will say that more than ever, check on your loved ones. Check on your strong loved ones who say they're fine and probably aren't. Okay. So check on them the most. Check on your strong friends. Check on your strong family members, the ones who say they're fine and crying quietly in the shower. Um, it's a lot of mental anguish right now.
Yeah.
And it's not just about world events or what's going on here in the United States. It is actually it's very much the trauma that has gone on for decades, for centuries. It's your ancestors, you know, epigenetics
Mhm.
coming through. So, I mean, epigenetics is real, and I think a lot of the times we bring our ancestors' trauma, with us because it's in our DNA. That's why,
Yeah.
so um mental health also means to me more than it used to because I really blew off a lot of my mental health issues, like mentally unstable, how I was. And yeah, I had a lot of people do stuff to me, but I also acted in a way too that were my actions.
Right. And I actually can um ditto that.
Yeah, because I mean, like, yeah, they did a thing to us, but it's up to us to heal our actions and look at our ugly truths. Oh, okay, we're not trying to be funny, but Ezra just knocked over his water dish all over the place. It was quite the hilarious because he was like, ah, cats love water. Yes, I love the water. He was like licking it up from the concrete right now, which is crazy.
That's what he does.
Oh goodness. But but at the end of the day, especially if those people aren't a part of your life anymore, you got to move on without their closure. You got to move on without that. And I mean, I used to get so upset and blame them for everything. But then when I looked at my behavior and what I did as well, I'm not saying I was like bad or a bad person, but I wasn't a saint either. And I did things that became toxic coping mechanisms and toxic patterns that now I'm unlearning. And
Yeah.
I mean, how would you feel about that? Like, how do you feel me saying that?
I would agree. I'm heading in a similar direction, and normally I'm pretty good at filtering or whatnot. I think when I was in my 20s, I was on in my early to mid 20s, I was on Lexapro,
Mhm.
and then I took myself off and like a whole bunch of like like a suppressed part of my brain became unsuppressed, like in like essentially the first bit of time adjusting, like everything was weird. And but um my sense of standing up for myself came back in kind of a
Mhm.
rush, like in bits at the same time, in kind of a big rush, like the majority of it, and then little bits and pieces started to come together throughout like the next like 3 or 4 years. And so I was filterless for a while. Like
I remember.
it was
It's
um
quite the adventure, actually. I loved it.
once in a great while you'll get a taste of that, but I've learned just based on life and based on the type of profession I'm in also. um I mean, I the profession came after I calmed things down, but um it's something that's very important, of course, to kind of balance and kind of learning that balance of um standing up for oneself and not tolerating, people putting you in a position or saying bullshit or whatnot. but then also learning to either to one pick your battles as needed and to come up with actual productive responses. Um,
Mhm.
and if they don't respect that, then that's a decision you make a decision based on their involvement in your life going forward.
Exactly.
Um, but oftentimes it's better received than you'd think. And so it's just kind of a matter of positioning things. And no, it's not perfect all the time. Believe me, but it's
Healing healing is not easy. That
yeah,
is correct.
yeah,
Healing is definitely a work in progress, and I don't know if you ever fully heal.
yeah.
I'm not sure. So I'm still on the journey. I'm still finding out like what I need to heal and what I need to unlearn. So I agree on that note for you. Like it really it's a journey.
Hmm.
And I think it's about learning about yourself too and like looking at you because guess what? Yeah, you got friends, you got family, but they ain't in your head. I mean, they might be in your head because you're in their head. You're
Right.
but they are never going to know your exact thoughts. Only you will. And you will live with you for the rest of your life. So suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to suck it up, but I mean,
No.
I think that it's time to heal that trauma. It's time to go in that direction. And I'm glad that I actually have friends and family that have supported me through my healing journey. You have the same support.
Yeah.
And I mean, we struggle every day. Like sometimes I want to the world, but um I also um am not as harsh on myself as I was.
Mm.
Like I really like so this is where my actions were really bad, I think anyway. I was in a really abusive relationship. That's all you need to know. um, but needless to say, that person did a number on me, but I also did a number on me as well. And my self-esteem was so low. Like I thought I couldn't ever be attractive or be a good person or like nobody would ever see me the way I saw myself, like,
Yeah.
everybody else would see me how my ex saw me. So like just a fun time party girl, So it's
Sure.
like, wow. You know, um but you got to pick yourself up and you can't let that person's actions like get the best of you.
Right.
Just absorb it, learn from it, and move on because it does become a part of who you are, but it doesn't have to be all of who you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to define you. Trauma should never define you. It should always just be absorbed and put, it's like a part of you now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's like you're a part of my life, but I mean, I'm not absorbed. I don't know. Never mind. That was a bad example. um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's really definitely important if you need help because that was the other thing that I was drinking so heavily. And I mean, thank God I wasn't drinking like getting up and drinking in the morning, which was good.
Right.
But I was drinking so heavy that I was drinking by myself and it just wasn't a fun time, and um just I think the people who were there to be patient with me, not yell at me, and not tell me that I'm a bad mom or a bad person because I was going through some mental issues.
Right.
So, yeah, I think the world could use a big hug,
I would agree.
especially United States. Except for all you
So,
except for all the people who love the rotting pumpkin. I
yeah.
ain't saying your name on my podcast, boy.
Don't even give him that credit, that moment.
Hell no, you just getting rotten pumpkin. Oh, I love it. Because when you said that to me, I was rolling. Oh, goodness. So, any other things you want to add at this? At the,
No, I think we've pretty much covered it.
I think so too. It's just, I want y'all to take the time out and love each other and don't forget to love each other. Like, it's so easy to be in a honeymoon state of mind with anybody, and that includes like a new friendship. Okay? It's fun. You're excited. It's new. But when you're standing in that love, in that relationship over and over again and choosing that relationship, you can never lose with love.
Hmm.
You can't. So don't forget, keep doing that. Keep fighting for yourselves too, because you got to advocate for yourself. Like, like Cassidy was saying, she got some of her self advocacy back. Like she was able to like stand up for herself and say, "Hey, I don't like that. I got boundaries too, mofos."
Right, exactly.
So shout out Cassie. Like I'm proud of you for that. Cuz I do like I'm like I don't have to say anything. You're just going to say yeah. I just let you do it. Cuz I love that about you cuz I'm like I don't need to say nothing. These people are going to get a handful of ear.
Oh, all of it. All
Or an earful of hand. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
everything.
Everything. All right. Thank you again. This concludes the Tacoma Rendezvous podcast. And if you haven't liked or subscribed this video, please go ahead and do it. Turn on the notifications so you get more of us. And um I think there was something else. I feel like there was something else I was going to say now. And yes, if you know somebody who's a small business that wants to be featured or a community hero idea, please comment below. And we love you, Tacoma.
And yes, we do.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. This concludes our broadcast day.
Peace out.